Hi, I'm KB with Nerdophiles. How are you?
I'm doing good. I love your background because I love that photo so much since it looks like we're like this cool band and like this is our album cover. It's like, yeah, dropping a
Yes.
track, don't mind us. It's on
I feel like
Spotify.
I know I kind of feel like it's like a punk rock hip hop hybrid album potentially.
Sorta. I don't know if the music's any good, but
Y'all
yeah,
look fly, so that's all that matters, right?
exactly. Exactly.
So I absolutely love this show. You are so fabulous as Davy, and what a journey Davy goes on pretty much every season. So this season is no different. Um, Last season she was really focused on kind of coming to terms with her father's death and learning how to navigate that and so much more. So what do you think that Davy's kind of biggest challenge is this season?
Yeah, I think actually in season one, she's pretty much in denial for a good bit of it. She's, in denial of actually how sad and how traumatic that death was for her until the end, until she realizes, like, this sucks. And she's having a big meltdown, the biggest meltdown we've ever seen from her. Now, season two, which I really appreciate about it, is that she's continuing that journey rather than just like, oh, you're miraculously better now. Good job. Like, you're nailing it. Now it's her saying, like, okay, like, I realize I'm sad about this. Sort of uncomfortable for me because it's like a lot of emotions. But okay, let's like try to do things. And she's like growing up a little bit, whether it's listening to her dad's voicemails, right? Like, she's doing things she wouldn't have done in season one.
Yeah, and you know what? That's so true because I do think this season, like through the process of her processing the grief that she has and like really kind of confronting it head on, it makes Davy a better friend and even better daughter. I mean, like it still comes with some hurdles, it doesn't
Like ones
happen
with hurdles.
overnight.
She's like actively trying to be a good person rather than last season. She just wanted whatever she wanted, didn't care about, the consequences that would happen. Now she's like, okay, it is time to be good.
Yes, yes. And she's trying. She really is. But we see, wow, poor Davy. We see that she is still kind of in a love triangle. Which, of course, I mean, this is a huge part of growing up, right? In teenage years, kind of exploring what you like and what you don't like, being young, exploring love. So there's still Paxton and there's still Ben, and she is still stuck in the middle. They are two vastly different individuals. So, what do you think that this kind of love triangle between the three of them teaches Devi about herself? And also, what does it teach her about forgiveness?
Yeah, I think number one, she screwed up a lot there. Bad decision to start off with. Davy, you can also just be friends with them, But with her relationship towards those guys, which we evidently get to see those guys through her eyes, she realizes that there's more to them than just them being, a guy. She's like, oh wow, I actually have fun banter with Ben. Oh wow, Paxton actually gives me like advice, and you know what? Like, he's got more to him. He's not just hot, right? And reality is, for most of Davy's life, that was just what she thought. She just thought Ben was rude and that Paxton was hot, and that's just it. But now she's starting to realize they actually have depth to them. They're actual people with feelings that she can't just, have at her own will. So that's really awesome to see. And like you said, it's all about figuring out what you like and you don't like, right?
Yes, absolutely, every single time. Well, I just have to say that Debbie's growth this season is so refreshing, and I cannot wait to see kind of where it goes in season three. I love that she is back super tight with her girls, and even though they still go through some things, I
Mhm.
still appreciate that at the end of the day they have each other, and that for me is kind of the real love story of the
Period.
series.
Period. That's a triangle that matters. The
Yes,
UN. Thank you.
yes,
Yes. Oh my
yes,
gosh. It's
I
one of
love
my
it.
favorite parts of the show. And in
Mhm.
season two, like one of my favorite scenes is when Davy, instead of, because normally she would have just done this, instead of just yelling at Eleanor and saying, no, I want an apology and being petty, because she would have done that in season one, she just says, like, no, like life's too short to not, like, just like move on or whatever. Like, she grows up and understands, like, these are my girls and I absolutely adore them. And stand positive female friendships
Yes.
in TV and film.
Yes, and she owns it and she takes responsibility, and I love being able to see that amongst all 3 of them because they all make mistakes. I love
They do.
that they're just growing and they
Except,
understand it, so
I
yes.
don't know, Fabiola, she's pretty wholesome. Like, I've thought about this. Fabiola truly does no wrong. Like, what?
It's so funny because she really is the one that's like, you're like, "Oh, Fabiola," like
Character does some sort of thing, whether it's like, cheating or like, having sort of two boyfriends at once and like liking another guy and dumping the other one, Eleanor, or being just like, a total douche, Ben, or, being ashamed of someone, Paxton. There's Fabiola. At the heart of it, there's Fabiola.
yeah, I know. She does have one of the purest hearts of the show. I think everyone does, but yeah, you're right.
Fabiola's
She
just,
is like just a smidge, just a smidge. Well, thank you so much for chatting with Nerdophiles. I can't wait for everyone to see this season. And let me just say, I love this ensemble. It looks so fabulous. So yes.
thank you.
Okay. Have a
All right.
great day.
You too. Bye-bye.